Hello everybody, welcome back to Reading for Vocabulary. I'm Brian Stewart. We're on Lesson 8, Too Cool. Too cool? What does that mean? 너무 좋아요? No, it doesn't mean that. In this lesson, we're going to learn about the meaning of too cool. So I'll explain what that means later, and we're going to learn about music trends in the 1990s. So what are some music trends in the 1990s? Before we do that, we could talk about 1990s music trends in Korea. What was a trend in Korea? A very popular one. Do you know these guys, right? Is it Soktaeji wa Idol? Right? Soktaeji and the Boys, right? They were very famous in the 1990s. Maybe you don't know them. You were too young, right? But maybe you heard about them, right? Where are they now? Do you know? Are they old men like me? I don't know. But it's interesting. Every generation has a different style or trend, right? Your trend, I'm sorry, will be gone in about 10 years, but there will be a new trend that will come up. So trends constantly change. Okay, so before we talk about the reading passage, though, let's talk about some words. Let's learn some vocabulary. Number 1, foolish. Now this man looks very foolish, right? It's very foolish for a grown man to be riding a tricycle. This is a tricycle. Not a bicycle, but a tricycle. A tricycle is for kids, not old men. He looks very foolish. We could also say ridiculous. 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 Okay? This man wearing a hat and has a tie. He's riding a tricycle. That's ridiculous. It's foolish. Okay, next one. Number 2, happy and energetic. What can we say about this woman, right? She looks happy, she looks energetic, she looks upbeat. Upbeat is happy or energetic. If you say that I feel upbeat today, that means that you're happy and you have lots of energy. Okay, next one. What's this guy doing? He's trying to look like something else. What is he trying to look like? Maybe an ape, or maybe a monkey, right? So what is he doing? He's trying to look like something else. He's trying to be like something else. He is imitating. Imitate. Imitate means to try and look like something else. You imitate like an animal, or you imitate another person, right? So kids will do this a lot. Even adults will do that. We see something, maybe we're playing, so we pretend we're like a monkey or some other animal. We're imitating that. Or sometimes people look at other people and say, wow, that person's really cool. That person is really interesting. I want to be like that person. So they will imitate that other person. So you can imitate animals, you can imitate people. Okay, next one. What's going on here? She's wearing jeans that fit her body. They're tight, but these jeans are huge. They're very big. So not tight. There's a special word for that. We can say baggy. But baggy really refers to like a style of fashion. If this woman puts on these jeans, I would not say they're baggy. I'd say they're too big. They'll fall down, right? Baggy jeans would be okay on her waist, but they would be very wide on the legs, right? And a baggy shirt is a shirt that's too big and it's very loose on her. So baggy clothes, it's a fashion style. We'll talk about that later. But baggy, not tight, very loose fitting clothes. Very loose fitting clothes are baggy clothes. So are your clothes tight or are your clothes loose? Are they baggy? Okay. Next one. This is a good picture to show. It's a stage in a process of change. This, of course, is the moon. And if we look at the moon, we know that the moon changes shape in the sky. There's different stages. We can say phase. What phase is the moon in? We have the full moon, right? Full moon. Whoops. Full moon. We have half moon. And although it's kind of weird to look at it, right? This would be no moon because we don't see that, right? That's when the Earth's light is reflected on the moon. It's kind of like this one here, right? Okay, we don't see the moon in the sky, okay? So full moon, half moon, no moon, those are the phases of the moon, and they change every month, don't they? So depending on the month, you can see full moon, half moon, or no moon, and that is the phase of the moon. But we're talking about the moon here, but if you think about it, many things go through a phase. You go through phases. Human beings go through phases. We have different stages. Baby, child, teenager, young adult, middle-aged adult, and old person. These are all stages. We all go through phases. Not just people, but all living things, right? Animals, insects, plants. They all have phases. Okay? Okay, next one. Happening unexpectedly. This poor woman, right? She looks like she's in New York. It's raining. She doesn't have an umbrella. Why? Because it suddenly started to rain. Maybe she didn't know. She didn't have any idea it was going to rain, so she didn't carry an umbrella. Now it's suddenly raining. She's getting wet. It's a very, very poor situation, very sad situation. Okay, next one. Oh, that was fast. To feel sorry. I regret hitting the button too fast, but that's okay. I don't regret that too much. Okay? When you feel sorry about something, especially when you did something wrong to another person, right? Then you regret what you've done. When you have done something wrong, you feel sorry about your actions, you regret your actions. I'm sorry I did that. I regret doing that. Okay? That's when you feel sorry about your actions, something you did. Next one. Oh, what does this man look like? He looks calm and gentle. Yeah, okay. He's mellow. Mellow. That's an interesting word. It rhymes with yellow, right? Mellow yellow. Okay, mellow. If you say something is mellow, it's very calm. It's very gentle. Very laid back. You could also say laid back. Laid back, right? Calm, gentle, no stress. It's very mellow. Oh, very cool, right? Very gentle, very mellow. Okay, feeling. Now, this guy looks like he's sad or bored, but that's not the feeling we're looking for. We're looking for another word that means feeling. And that, of course, is mood, right? When we talk about mood, we're talking about feeling. For example, are you in a good mood? If you're in a good mood, you feel happy. You're happy, you're energetic, you're in a good mood. Or, oh, be careful, the teacher is in a bad mood. A bad mood. A bad mood, somebody is upset or angry or stressed out. So you can be in a good mood or you can be in a bad mood. It talks about what are you feeling these days? How do you feel? Okay, so I'm in a good mood, I'm in a bad mood, depending on your feeling. Okay, well, what's going on here? Informal words used by particular people. Now, this is kind of funny because the word we're looking for is slang, but it doesn't just mean that people who look like this guy use slang. Everybody uses slang, right? In some stage of their life, right? In some part of their life, everybody uses slang. Slang is just really informal words. Informal words. Like if I say, hey brah, hey dude, right? Instead of saying hello to a person, a man, I don't call him a man, I call him a dude. Dude is more, it's like slang. Hey dude, what's up? How's it hanging, right? What's hanging? You know, what's going on? That would be slang, okay? Maybe I'm getting old, I'm forgetting all my slang. But anyway, slang is informal words. Words that are not formal. And we use slang with your friends. It's not proper to use slang when you're at work or when you're talking to your teacher or when you're talking to your parents. Usually slang is used among friends. Okay, next one. This is kind of funny. It is a cute little kid, right? His clothes are way too big for him. His shoes are really big, not tight, loose. Remember when we talked about baggy? Very similar, right? Baggy, whoops, whoa, stop. Okay, baggy and loose are very similar together, right? It just means they're not tight. It's not tight, it's loose or baggy. Okay. 12, to have something on your body. So she looks actually like a model. What is she doing though? This is an interesting looking dress, isn't it? What is she doing? She's wearing this dress. Now be careful with wear, okay? Wear means that you have something on your body. It doesn't mean that you put it on, right? That's different. If you say, what will you wear today? That means, what are you wearing? What are you wearing? That means, what are you wearing now? What is on your body? But in the morning, you put on clothes. Put on clothes. So you can say, I will put on a shirt, right? I will put on shoes. And then during the day, you wear those clothes. Okay? So wear. Wear is an irregular verb. It changes form for the past. So we say wear, wore, worn. Wear, wore, worn. Okay, next one. Wow, what are these guys doing here? The part of the body that bends in the center of the leg. So these people are not standing, right? They're kind of on their what? On this part of the leg that bends in the middle, we call that the knee. Knee. So I'm talking about, what are these guys doing here? They're not standing on their feet, they are kneeling. To kneel. That's interesting. This is a verb, to kneel. It's when you stand on your knees, right? You get off your feet and you're like this. That is to kneel. And you can see it comes from knee, right? Because they're on their knees. So knee is the part of your leg, this part here, and if you sit down and are just on your knees, then you are kneeling. To kneel. And you can see it comes from that word knee. Interesting. Okay. Of course you have one of this in your book bag or in your room at home. I hope so. This is a book that tells you what words mean. Of course you should have one in the Korean language, but maybe you have a Korean English one too that says what words in Korean, what do they mean, or what word is it in English. Right? What is it? It's, of course, a dictionary. 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 So it's actually 4 words, 4 sounds. Dictionary. 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 And that, of course, is a book that tells you what words mean. If you want to know what a word means, you look it up. Look it up in a dictionary. Look it up in a dictionary. What does this word mean? I don't know. Look it up in a dictionary. Okay. Whoa. For cool guy, right? Okay. Music in which words are spoken fast. It's a type of music where people say the words very fast. And actually, it's kind of like poetry, but they're singing the words, and they sing them very quickly. What is it? Do you know? It's rap. Rap is a musical style. It's actually a singing style where people sing the words very quickly. Okay? And it's like somebody, it's not just like reading a poem. It's like reading a poem to music and to a beat and very quickly. And many of the words rhyme. In other words, they sound similar. Okay. Last, we have to imitate. This guy looks like Johnny Depp from Pirates of the Caribbean, right? So he's imitating Johnny Depp. And we talked about this, to copy. So remember we talked about imitate before, to act like somebody else or to act like something else. We said that's to imitate. But we can also say it means also to copy. So you can copy the behavior of an animal, or you can copy the behavior or the dress or the style of another person. And that is to copy. Okay, let's talk about the vocabulary exercises. Here we have synonyms. Remember what a synonym means? It means a word that has a similar meaning to another word. A synonym. Match the words in the box with their synonyms listed below. Synonyms, same or similar meaning. Okay, so our words are, in the box, phase, imitate, suddenly, regret. Those are our words. 4 words. Now we have to match these words to their synonyms. And down here we have copy, repent, abruptly, and stage. Okay, so number 1, copy. Well, that's easy, right? Because we learned both of those words as part of the vocabulary. First, we learned one word, and then we learned copy. Remember, I just talked about when you copy something, you're behaving very similar to somebody else. You are what? You are imitating them. So copy and imitate have similar meanings. They're very close to meaning. They're the same thing. Okay? To copy is to imitate. Now, number 2 is a little himdoro, because repent. We didn't learn that word, repent. So look it up in your dictionary. If you do, you will find out that it means something here. I will define what repent means. Repent is something, let's say you do something and you feel sorry about what you did, so you repent. You say, oh, I wish I didn't do that. I'm really sorry. I'm sorry I did that. So if you are sorry about something you did, if you are sorry about your actions, what word means that? Here, regret. You regret what you did. Repent is regret. Okay, next one, 3, abruptly. Again, abruptly means something happens and it's not expected. Something happens quickly, you don't expect it. So what word did we learn that means something happens unexpectedly? It, of course, means suddenly. Suddenly. Abruptly and suddenly are the same meaning. Here we have stage. Okay, now we learned the word stage, and part of the definition for stage was this other word. They used this other word, and the other word, of course, was phase. And I talked about phases of the moon. Actually, this was the word we learned, right? And stage was in the definition. So we talked about the moon. There are different stages or phases of the moon. And there also, when we talk about people or any living thing, all living things go through different stages. Okay, that's synonyms. What about antonyms? Antonym means the opposite. So synonym means the same, antonym is opposite, pandero, right? So match the words in the box with their antonyms, opposite meanings, listed below. The words that we studied are ridiculous, mellow, upbeat, and baggy. Okay, I didn't repeat all those, but ridiculous, mellow, upbeat, and baggy. These are the words that are the antonyms of the words in the box. Number 1, we have violent. Violent is something that is, of course, very aggressive, very angry, and really, bad. So somebody who is violent is the opposite of what? Opposite, pandero. What is the opposite of violent here? The opposite of violent would be mellow. Remember, mellow means calm and gentle. Gentle is the opposite of violent. So you can have a violent person or you can have a gentle person. They are opposites. 2, sad. What is the opposite of sad? What word did we look at, did we learn that is the opposite of sad? Which word up here means happy and energetic? That word, of course, is upbeat. And, of course, that would be the opposite of sad. Somebody who's sad is not happy. They're not energetic, right? They're just sad. Okay. 3, sensible. Now, we didn't learn that word, okay? But we're looking for the opposite of sensible. What does sensible mean? If we look it up in the dictionary, you will see that sensible means acting in a normal, ordinary way or using common sense, right? In other words, acting in the proper way. If you see a man in a business suit who is being very polite to other people, he's being sensible. But if you see a man in a business suit riding a little tricycle, right? That's not sensible. That's very silly. That's what? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So sensible and ridiculous are opposites, antonyms. Number 4 is tight. That's very easy. We looked at that as part of the definition for one of the words. We saw the woman wearing tight jeans, and she was holding some very big jeans that would be what? They would be baggy on her. So tight and baggy are opposites or antonyms. Okay, so that's a review of these words here. Now that you have a good idea of what these words mean, we'll see them in the reading passage. Let's go over that in just a few moments. Okay.